Welcome to the Matricon Control Performance Monitor new feature demonstration. Today we will look at version 5.4 and the additions that have been made for output disposability. A controller is considered to be disposable if it is connected to the final control element and therefore able to influence the process. Certain DCSs are able to report this statistic, and it has now been incorporated into the Control Performance Monitor reports. To enable the output disposability for a controller, right-click on the controller block to set the connection for the output disposability tag. Clicking Connections will open the Input Columns configuration screen. Scroll the window down to the Output Disposability status entry in the right-hand pane. Click on the Output Disposability status value. Then select the tag from the DCS that has the output disposability information. Click Connect at the top of the screen to complete the connection from the output disposability tag to the controller block. Clicking Finish will save your changes and close the screen. Now that we have a connection established, we are able to configure the behavior for the output disposability. To do so, right-click on the controller block and then select Properties. When the controller is not connected to the final control element, which in most cases will be the output, you can treat this time period in 3 different ways. By selecting the Not Required option, this will consider the time period to be the same as if the Not Required flag had been set in Control Performance Monitor. Let's take a look at a simple scenario. In this situation, the controller was in service for half of the time, and it was disposable for half of the time. Because I'm treating non-disposable time as not required, the controller has been set at 50% for total time required. Because the time from 12 o'clock p.m. to 12 o'clock a.m. was not required, we are only looking at the left half of the graph for service factor calculations. The controller was in service for 6 of the 12 hours, so the service factor and effective service factor are both set to 50%. Another option is to treat non-disposable time as both required and in service. Let's revisit the same scenario. We are now treating non-disposable time as required, so the percent required will be reported as 100%. The controller was set as in service for 12 of the 24 hours, so the service factor is shown to be 50%. Because the controller was not connected to the final control element for the last 6 hours of the day, the effective service factor is only 25%, which represents the time that the controller was both disposable and in service. The final option is to treat non-disposable time as required but out of service. Looking at the scenario a third time, we see that the percent required will still be shown at 100%. Any time where the controller was both in service and non-disposable, we will mark this time as out of service instead. As a result, both the service factor and effective service factor will be reported as 25%. Thank you for watching. For more videos, please visit support.matricon.com.